Hello, good evening, lovely people. This is your friend Nathaniel Owulaku on Owulaku Motivates. Tonight, I would want to share with you what I have entitled the commonest advice, which is this phrase: it is impossible. It is impossible is a phrase you hear every now and then, even from loved ones, parents, family, friends, name them. Even our pastors tell us sometimes that the decision you are taking, the journey you are embarking on, it's impossible. And so Apostle Paul stated categorically, according to Acts chapter 17, the verse 11, that the church in Berea, I am paraphrasing, are of a more noble character than the church in Thessalonica. And what he meant was that each time the apostles teach the church in Berea, they investigate, they examine what is being told them to see if it is true. And so for an individual to succeed, you need the character of nobility, the character to examine, the character to prove, the character to investigate whether something is true or not. You don't just swallow things hook, line, and sinker because someone said so. The worst of it all is the media. I heard it on radio, I read it in the newspaper, I saw it on TV, and that is good enough. And so we come into contact with people who poison us instead of improving our lives. Instead of telling us things that are possible or things that can make something possible, they tell us the impossibilities. They tell us of people who tried and failed. And they cannot tell you one person who succeeded until we decide to believe it. Now, I believe that had Abraham told his father he was going into the wilderness, a land God has promised him, he would have asked him that, where is that God? How did you hear of him? Now all you're saying is not true. Stay in. Though he's a man married, a responsible one at that. But he was still a son. And so his father could advise him. But he journeyed on, he moved on, he went on a journey that was directed by God. And so he achieved. Now my point is that how many people advise you, which is good, but how many do you investigate? How many do you probe to see if they are true or not? I must tell you that I have never experienced someone on board a vehicle and upon arrival, it is someone else that arrives there. It is a person on board the vehicle that arrives. And so when you have a dream, don't let someone implement it for you. You have to implement it. So the little boy Joseph was in prison because Potiphar's wife lied on him. He could have given up there. He could have. But he decided that I have a dream and I am pursuing it, and I am certain that no matter what it is, I'll get there. Tonight, to end this episode, all I am saying is that go back to the drawing board, get back to dreaming, work out the dream, listen to good advice, listen to good counsel, but don't forget to investigate by learning and practicing. I believe that we'll continue this again in the next episode.